Are the Google Pixelbuds better than the AirPod Pros? I think they could be. Following on from my series of lifelong iPhone user switches to Android videos, there comes a time where you really need to just start reassessing the other areas in your tech bubble as well. When it comes to headphones, Apple's AirPods range is probably the most popular, but they do have their problems. The AirPods Max, a £550 or dollar set of headphones that sounds no better, in my opinion, than what the half-priced flagship headphones from the likes of Sony can offer. So I've taken it upon myself to do a one division and split off a new series of lifelong AirPod user switches to... Wait, what's going on here? For those of you in the Apple ecosystem, we already know how good and convenient the AirPods are. What if we're sacrificing something else for that convenience? What if actually they weren't that convenient at all? So I'm going to compare these two sets of in-ear headphones and give you 5 differences, I think 5, between them. The good, the bad, and number 2 is by far my favourite. Now firstly, let's talk convenience, since that is by far, I believe, the number 1 selling point on the AirPods. You hold them next to your phone and they connect, and they automatically switch between devices when you pick them up. But in reality, not quite works as advertised. Yes, most of the time they will pop up on the screen when you open the lid, but the audio switching is very, very hit and miss for me. And I sometimes really struggle if I, say, pick up my phone to answer a call, and then when I want to switch over to my AirPods because, well, most of the time it just doesn't work. Now these Pixelbuds work with up to 8 devices, and whilst they don't effortlessly switch between devices, they do reliably switch between devices when I want them to. When using them with my Mac to make video calls, for example, they worked. First time, every time. Whereas on the AirPods Pros, it is always the meeting that I was running late for, where I'd grab the headphones, take them out, and then just nothing. They'd refuse to connect, and this
spinning wheel of death
would just continue spinning. I think for me, I have a Mac Mini, a MacBook Air, an iPad, an iPhone. It probably just doesn't know which one to connect to, but still not very seamless. On to comfort, and whilst you could argue that the AirPods are the more comfortable to the right people, and by right people I mean people who have the exact right ears that fit their headphones, but with the AirPods Pros I'm finding myself just constantly pushing the headphones back in as they slowly slip out, even with changing the tips. So much so I've looked at ways to customize the Pros with foam ear tips that actually stay in better. But the Pixelbuds really, really do fit in. And I'd argue really a lot more comfortable because of this clever little rubber arm which actually just fits into your ear really, really nicely and holds the headphone in place. And then finally we head over onto features, because this is where the headphones are completely set apart from each other, both good and bad. With the Pixelbuds you get a number of touch controls. You can tap to play and pause, you can swipe to change the volume, and you can trigger your favourite assistant too. Whereas with the AirPods you can do most of these except changing the volume. So it's really, really nice to be able to get that feature. But the one thing missing from these buds compared to Apple is there is no active noise cancellation, which is a huge shame, as that would really, really make these Apple killers. But onto pricing, and they are almost half the price. AirPod Pros, £249, and the Pixelbuds, £179. And then lastly, how about the audio quality? Well, for the Pixelbuds, actually, really good. And I think this is partly down to the fit. I can genuinely enjoy listening a lot more because I'm not constantly aware that I'm having to headphones that constantly require adjustment to stay in. Maybe that's just a me problem and nobody else has those issues with getting the AirPods to stay in, but it definitely is a problem for me anyway. Now in terms of actual audio quality, probably isn't much between it in all honesty, but they do deliver deep bass and relatively clear highs, though I can say overall that sound can sound a little muddy when there's lots going on, especially with the bass. But for most people, going from AirPods Pros to these Pixelbuds, I don't really think many will tell any real difference. Let me know down in the comments if you think otherwise. But other than that, there are some minor improvements. Things like USB-C instead of stupid Lightning. It is 2021 and Apple still uses Lightning on iPhones and AirPods. But other than that, everything else is pretty much the same. Same battery life, charging speeds, weight, wireless charging, water resistance, all of that stuff is pretty much the same or just pretty close to be negligible. So should you buy the Pixelbuds? No, don't buy the Pixelbuds, because Google have just released the new Pixelbuds A series, which are basically a £99 version of these without losing any of the features. And also, on the other end of things, I'm waiting for my delivery of the Sony WF-X1000 XM4 earbuds, because that's a really easy name to remember, which really are a direct competitor to the Apple AirPod Pros. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Please do subscribe to the channel for more in the lifelong iPhone user series and lifelong AirPod user series. Then click the like button if you did, or if you didn't, well, it's back to the drawing board for me to earn a living. So yeah, thanks, bye.